stream-in, I think.
We're on opposite sides today. This is weird. Should we switch?
Yeah, probably.
Let's switch.
All right, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Kia Hyundai channel. My name's Gabi.
And I'm Charlotte.
And this is the 2024 Kia Carnival in the EX trim in Storm Blue. Now that's a color we don't see every day. Today's video is going to be a little bit different because of course we're showing you a 2024, but we're going to talk a little bit about the 2025.
Ooh. Can't wait to hear more.
So if you guys are new here, every single weekday live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we go over a brand new Kia or Hyundai product, or sometimes we'll even bring them both in and compare them to each other. We do these videos for a couple different reasons. So Charlotte, take it away.
The first reason that we do these videos is for those who own Kia or Hyundai product. We want you guys to be the own experts on your cars. The second reason is if you are considering purchasing a new or a used vehicle, why not just consider Kia and Hyundai as a brand, because they've done a lot of really cool stuff in the past couple years, and I think you'll be surprised.
For sure.
The third reason is if you live in Ontario, which is in Canada, and you want a new Kia or Hyundai, we want to help you out with that. Myself and Gabi, we are here at Brantford Kia, but we also have Brantford Hyundai and Owen Sound Hyundai as a part of our dealer group if you want to get into a Hyundai. And I am super proud to say that we do not charge above MSRP, no dealer markup, no market adjustment fees, nothing like that. We sell at MSRP.
None of it.
None of it.
Which is also a province here in Canada. Or
Territory.
Very close. All right, so without further ado, we will get into the video, but I do want to mention, of course, the 2025 is not here in Canada yet, but me and Charlotte did get the opportunity to see the pre-production model at the auto show last week. So we know what's coming for 2025. A couple things we don't know is the price point and how many different trim levels we'll have, but we will mention everything, of course, that we do have. But I think we should get into the exterior walkthrough, talk about some things that are staying, some things that are going, and we'll work our way inside and answer all your questions at the end.
Let's go.
All right.
I'll grab this and turn it around.
So first things first, what this one has is our 3.5 liter V6 gasoline engine. What's new for 2025? Well, let me tell you, you'll still get the option of the V6, but for the first time ever, we'll also get a hybrid option for the Carnival. Just a straight hybrid, so not a plug-in. It's featured on our 1.6 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. And that may not sound like it's powerful enough for such a big machine, but let me tell you, the horsepower and the torque capabilities are phenomenal considering the size of the engine. Fuel efficiency numbers have still not been released, but we can expect to see quite the improvement. I will pop the hood just so we can see what's underneath the current model year. And hopefully by doing this video, we're able to maybe help you decide if it's worth getting a current model year or waiting for the next year for your family. If you have any questions at all throughout the video, please leave them in our live chat box. That's why we do these videos live streamed, so we can see what you have to say in real time. So if you're waiting on a 3.5 liter V6 Carnival, you can expect 290 horsepower with 262 pound-foot of torque. This engine is quite robust, but it offers a very smooth, pleasant drive. So inside the cabin, there's not very much noise. The vehicle, it will go. It's not sluggish by any means, and it does feature drive mode. So you can put your car in eco if you want a little bit more of an efficient drive, or switch it into sport and really get to where you need to go quickly. That doesn't, of course, increase the horsepower or anything, but it will increase the throttle response, so the vehicle will feel a little bit more peppy and it's a lot more fun to drive. For style, I mean, the Carnival's always won. Since its debut in 2022, it kind of shaped the game for, I don't want to say minivan because it looks nothing like one, but it looks real good. It features a lot of characteristics from the Sorento, and we can expect that in the next model year as well too. One thing that really stands out to me is the wheels. So especially on the EX trim level that we have here today, this is where things are going to get kicked up a couple notches in the styling department. So our 19-inch alloys, we have a beautiful machine finish design, black, some lights. It just ties in really nicely. The paint color is also quite nice. We see a lot of grays, blacks, and whites on the Carnival, so it's nice that we got a couple fun colors as well. For our mirrors, there's a mix of glossy black, our turn signal repeater, and of course body color, so everything kind of flows nicely. And I'm gonna mention the word flow a couple times during this video because everything is just smooth. It's not boxy in a way that you think of when you think of van, which might come up as Dodge Grand Caravan. None of that. This vehicle looks good. Over here we have this chrome panel that kind of nicely separates the body color from the windows, and then we have our raised roof rails as well. So of course it is functional. If you want to take your vehicle on a couple adventures, you get a 3,500 pound towing capacity on the Kia Carnival as well too. No towing capacity numbers have been released for the hybrid powertrain yet though, so stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to know more about the upcoming Kia Carnival. All right, lift gates. So something I really do like about this vehicle, it's meant for families and just lifestyle in mind. That's why it's called a lifestyle utility vehicle. You get a power liftgate, just one up from the base trim. We don't know what that's going to be like for 2025. Again, stay tuned. Space-wise, everything will be the same. So you'll get an 8-seater or a 7-seater configurations. And for the first time ever, you can actually get an 8-seater configuration on the top trim level.
Woohoo!
Yeah, that's something we have not had here before, so I'm super excited to say that. Right now we have our third row folded down, and you can see the seats go nice down into your storage compartment. They're quite easy to lift back up, so I'm just going to do the single seat for convenience. I'll have Charlotte show the directions as well too. So in case you ever forget, the seats are always here to remind you. You got your step number 1, lift it up, push it up, and then you'll grab your tether here, which is conveniently Velcroed. Right now it's not on the Velcro, so it's not that convenient, but if you were a little bit better than me, you can always make sure it's in the right place. Give it a pull. I have to stabilize myself a bit more in heels, but you can see seat folds up very, very nicely. And then just below that, you have a ton of underfloor storage. So think strollers, playpens, whatever you need. There's a ton of room down here. If you don't have kids or you're into more adventure, you can have coolers, any sort of camping equipment, all located here.
Suitcases, dogs.
Suitcases, dogs, another passenger. Who knows? You could turn this 8-seater into a 10-seater. One thing I do want to point out is any of our 8-seater configurations do have the capability to remove all these seats. So let's say you only want 2 seats, driver and passenger. That's totally okay. It will take a little bit more muscle work, but you can remove all these seats, tuck them away somewhere else, and have a completely open concept in here.
If anyone was curious as to what it looks like for liters for the cargo volume, for your maximum amount of cargo, you can do 4,110 liters, or minimum, you're looking at 1,139 liters, so tons of space.
That is a lot of liters.
It's a lot of liters.
We could fill this up.
That's a lot of milk.
All right, I'm gonna close this up. Actually, before I close it up, why don't we just show some of the convenience things back here?
Yeah.
So you'll notice on the walls, we do have USB ports, and those windows actually have a screen shade. So I'll show on the right side over here. Your passengers can lift that up just to block themselves from some of the sunlight coming in, which is very nice to have. Mm-hmm. You also have some storage pockets on the side. I don't know why I'm showing this side because it's on the left side only. But there you are. So some in-wall storage. I'm someone who likes camping. I've never camped in a van before, but I will next month. Sneak peek as to some footage we might have. I think just having a storage pocket like that is great for any of the things you need to reach just at a quick accessible point. It's quite nice.
I've got a couple of people asking, where's the Carnival video from the Toronto Auto Show?
That will be dropping tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you liked what we're doing here today, but you want to see what the 2025 looks like, watch that video. We got some exterior shots, a couple interior shots, and then everything you need to know about what's coming to Canada next year, except pricing. We don't know that yet. But you guys can guarantee that we will be the first channel to tell you that. Of course, we only film Canadian spec models, so for our friends in the US or other markets, you may have to be in touch with a local dealer, but we're happy to answer any questions we can. All right, last things I'll talk about before I transfer over to inside for Charlotte. The transmission is an 8-speed automatic. We can expect to see a 6-speed on the hybrid for next year, but as of right now, it's a very smooth shifting transmission. Absolutely love it, and there's hints that we'll one day get a heads-up display as well too. Woo. I will not speak anymore. Charlotte, let's switch over.
Let's go.
I'm giving too many spoilers.
Too many spoilers. I gotta stay tuned for tomorrow. All right, so let's hop inside. And first things first, if you take a look at the doors, they are a nice chrome, and they have that little black button on them, which means it has keyless entry.
The handles.
Yeah. As we hop in, we'll take a look at the driver's side door in true fashion. Now this vehicle, it has not been properly cleaned for detail yet because it is relatively new, but you can see that first look at all of the different materials that go into this door. We have a little mix of soft touch leather, different colors, and also some piano black. So all of your window and mirror controls as well as the child lock are framed in that piano black, which I, in theory, love the look of, but piano black, as we all know, is a fingerprint magnet. So if that is a priority, you might want to think of doing a piano black delete, I'll call it. You've heard of chrome delete, now get ready for piano black delete. When it comes to our seat, we have tons of different ways we can configure it. So there we go, we got 6-way with the inclusion of lumbar support. So you know that when you're sitting here, you're going to be nice and comfortable. Now the fun thing about this seat as well is it is heated. It's a synthetic leather and it goes perfectly with your leather wrapped and heated steering wheel. So you know it's going to be very comfortable. I'll just have Gabby show what we have on this side. So over here is you're actually able to control both of these sliding doors from here, and then you can also turn them off if you want it to not be a power door. And of course, you're going to have your tailgate too. Brightness adjuster, traction control, everything like that. And again, you get a sneak peek at some of the fun trim that we have in this vehicle. And I love this faux wood grain look. It brings back all of those 70s aesthetics that we're seeing a huge resurgence of, especially with our boxy SUVs. So I'll have Gabi come around and we'll talk more.
And if you're curious for space again, like I mentioned earlier, will be largely unchanged for the next model year. It's mostly just going to be a front and rear refresh, some new tech and software upgrades, as well as, I think we might get some new trim levels. I don't know.
I'm hoping. I mean, what really makes me excited is how the seats change for the SX in the 25. So I'm very excited about that. But let's keep talking about the 24 because why wouldn't we? So behind me for the instrument cluster, you can see that it's all analog and we have a 4.2-inch screen in the center. Now with this screen, I'll just point out, usually on your infotainment screen is you're able to access your vehicle or driver's assistance features from there, but actually you do it through this screen and you can do it through the steering wheel. So simply you can cycle through to the gear cog and from there you can see our driver's assistance. So this is going to have a lot of those great safety features as Gabi's mentioned, like in your speed limit, driver's attention warning, forward safety, lane safety, blind spot safety, parking safety. From here, you can turn them all into active assist, turn them off, everything along those lines. So I always feel like that's worth pointing out. But again, on this side is you're just going to have controls for your driving. So your advanced smart cruise control, lane keep assist, lane follow assist, and then of course media controls on this side, various media modes, virtual assistant, phone volume, etc., etc., and analog on the dash, as I said. Now you do have an 8-inch infotainment screen and oh, what's that? Oh my goodness. How did that get there? Every dang time. This is showcasing our wireless Android Auto or Apple CarPlay, and we have mine and Gabi's podcast up there where we're talking about what happened to compact cars.
As we're talking about a van.
As we're in a van. So the irony is not lost on us, don't worry. If anyone was curious as to what it looks like when you're not utilizing CarPlay, here's you're going to have your controls, your items like Apple CarPlay, quiet mode, rear CarPlay if you want to control rear CarPlay or
climate.
Yeah, not rear CarPlay, climate. Duh.
They got CarPlay in the rear?
No! New feature unlocked. No, rear climate.
That's in the 2025.
Yeah. Oh man. So you can lock it from there. And then of course, various setup for your display, everything along those lines. Again, everything's framed in piano black, which does look good, but it is a fingerprint magnet. Actually, that didn't do too bad.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Okay, all right. Stay winning.
Oh boy. The worst part about our live streams is we can't edit this.
No,
so
we wish we could sometimes.
It's a whole blooper reel, to be honest, but let's keep going.
So your vehicle, it's going to be push to start. And then down here is where you're going to have your climate controls. So you do have a multi-zone climate control, meaning I can have my temperature set to 1, Gabi can have hers set to another, and then it can be something completely different in the rear too. Ooh, going to turn that off, of course. So I love that feature, especially in such a bigger vehicle. Now, as I mentioned, you're not seeing any cords, and not only do we have a wireless phone charger, but our CarPlay, as I said, is wireless. So this can be charging, you can be connected, and everything's a completely wireless experience. In the chance that you do want some connectivity, you do have a USB for charging, another USB for charging and connectivity, and then again a third one for a Gabi if she needs to charge her phone too. Aww. So lots of opportunities for charging in this vehicle. And as we move down, you can see we have auto hold, your electronic parking brake, or emergency parking brake, that is electronic. And then Gabi mentioned drive modes and a little bit of what they do. And here you can see them up on the screen. So we have the inclusion of normal, eco, sport, and smart. And Gabi gave a brief rundown of how those go. If you are curious and want a little bit more information, you already know we've done a video on it.
So we do a video on everything.
We've done a video on everything, if we have it. Now, auto hold, of course, when that's enabled, if you are driving and you bring the vehicle to a complete stop, you actually are able to take your foot off of the brake and it will hold you there until you put your foot back on the gas. For comfort features, we have those down here. I already mentioned our heated seats for the driver, but Gabi's got them too in the passenger seat. Your heated steering wheel, and we do have parking sensors equipped on this vehicle, and they are currently enabled. They're always enabled, it's just whether or not the beeping is there. But I don't know why I do this stuff. Let's take a look at that camera. So here's your rear view camera, and it is equipped with dynamic guidelines. So as you are driving in reverse and turning the wheel, it's going to show you where the end of the vehicle is going to end up, as well as if the vehicle was going straight. Now you do have another view. Gabby mentioned that you have 3,500 pounds of towing capacity. So if you do have a hitch on this vehicle, it's nice that you're able to use this camera view. That way you can see how everything lines up. It's a little bit more convenient, a little bit easier. Lots of area for storage. Of course, we've got cup holders here. We're gonna have a little phone slot here if it's charging. More room here for change or phone. And we have a huge center console.
Yeah, this is big.
There's a ton of space.
Yeah.
So diagonally, it's about 12.9 inches, so a little bit over a foot, and I only know that because I can fit my iPad in there diagonally.
Dang.
I know. So, but I absolutely love how this wood grain translates. So I'll have Gabby just show that, and then, do they want to see the glove box?
I want to see the glove box.
You want to see the glove box? Perfect.
All right, pop it open. It's a spacious glove box. It's hard to tell on our videos, of course, but here's what we're looking at.
Get your manuals, warranty guide.
Yep, that's
Something
it.
along those lines. Now, I will mention that on the EX is when you have the introduction to Kia Connect, which is Kia's telematics system or your smartphone integration. So, of course, you are going to have the controls for that up at the top too, such as emergency services, roadside assistance, and then also your lights.
Oh, that reminds me, we did not show the exterior lights, but we'll do that at the end. So,
I just turned them on.
turn them. Thank you.
So that way we're ready to go.
Second row. All right, so this of course is an 8-seater configuration. This configuration will remain the same for next year. However, if you want to see what a 7-seater looks like, don't worry. Done a video on that.
We've done a video on it. We've done a video on everything. And as Gabby has mentioned, this seat, it is removable, so you are able to take it out. And something I truly love about the 2025 is that we are going to have the top trim and have the option for a 8 or 7-seater configuration. That really just show that Kia Canada, they are listening to their customers, and I absolutely love that.
So next thing I want you guys to say is we want sunglass holders.
Sunglass
holders.
When it comes to space, of course, it's a van. You're going to have tons of space back here, and you certainly do. Like, there's no compromise on style and space in this vehicle, which is a feature I love. For convenience, again, we're having more cup holders, more spots for your phone, and we've got a 12-volt, as well as a regular household outlet. Down at the bottom, again, more areas for storage, and 2 USBs on the sides. You also have the option to move forward the passenger's chair from the back seat, and you've got a leather and a cargo pocket. Woohoo! Woohoo!
All right. So Charlotte, I know you said you can remove the middle seat.
Yes.
But what's another thing you can do with it?
You can move it forward.
And
Move
drop
it
it down. All right, so this is great because even if you're not using it as a seat, this is just a nice divider, honestly, especially if your kids fight. Or if you're just hanging out in your car and you want to eat something or you want to work on your computer a little bit, you have a flat surface to do so.
Or imagine if you are on a road trip, play cards, do
Yes.
something fun.
Yes.
And again, you're still getting 2 more cup holders, 2 more phone slots too.
Yeah.
And then I'll just have you show up, but here you have the controls for your rear climate control. So there they are slightly angled, that way they're easy to use no matter where you're sitting in this vehicle. Well, in the second row or even in the front row too.
Vents are up there as well.
Vents are up there.
Great for car seats.
Great for car seats, absolutely.
Getting
And-
into the rear, how's it going?
Well, actually, I can pretty easily step over this today.
So that's how you're not supposed to do it. But a very easy way to get through the middle is if you remove that middle seat, obviously you have a walkway, or you have the levers on the sides that easily knock the seat forward, allowing you to roll it out. So I did that with one hand, and now I have a means of entry to the rear.
I was just trying to show, obviously, how much headroom there is, and that I can just stand up and jump into the back seat.
Yeah, I mean, it worked.
That's obviously what I was doing.
But what's it like for space back there, Char?
For space, surprising amount of headroom. Oh, move up. If anyone was curious as to if there was a headrest, there is back here, and it is adjustable too. You move it forward, backwards, up, down, everything along those lines. But yeah, fair bit of headroom back here. I know it can be difficult to show because it is darker. And then as Gabby already showed, we have the sliding window cover, USBs on both sides, cup holders, and then again, we're gonna have a screen cover on the main sliding door too.
Yeah.
But tons of space back here. I think it really is surprising.
I don't know what's going on over there if you guys hear a bunch of extra noise. There's
stuff going on.
There's stuff happening.
All right. Well,
I'll show the front end, and then I'll grab our stuff to do the Q&A.
absolutely. I'll put this seat back.
All right, so up front, you can see we have LEDs for our fog lights down at the bottom. Beautiful design. A very nice dark chrome grille. So right now it's looking pretty chromy, but depending on the lighting, it can have a more blacked out appearance. Your daytime running light is this beautiful, almost heartbeat style. Zigzag, whatever you may like to call it. Then the main headlight unit, again, is a full LED. We can expect to see all of this in the future model year as well too. However, the front end, so the grille does have a brand new appearance. And again, if you want to see what that looks like, it's so hard for me to explain it. You got to see it. Check out tomorrow's video, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where you'll be able to see the unveiled 2025.
Yeehaw.
It looks good though, eh? Did you grab your iPad, Char?
Yeah, I grabbed yours too.
Oh, sweet, thanks. All right, so now it's time for Q&A. So if you guys have any questions about the Carnival, both for the future or the past, let us know.
Let us know because we would like to answer them. I saw one actually asking about fuel economy, and I actually have those numbers. So fuel tank, it's 72 liters.
Sorry about the beeping.
Oh, you're good. I guess I should close mine too. Now, obviously, this is going to be a bigger vehicle. We know it's going to consume a little bit more. So for the city, you're looking at 12.1 liters per 100 kilometers and 9 liters per 100 kilometers for the highway.
Nishant wants to say or ask, Charlotte, what's your favorite thing about the Carnival?
My favorite thing about the Carnival, I think I want to say kind of like what I said, where you don't lose style for space. I love that there's a lot of really parent-friendly vehicle or features like quiet mode, the sunshades on all of the rear windows, and also the fact that it has roof-mounted air vents. So stuff like that, anything that's intentional, excellent.
Let's see. Sushi Patrick is asking, am I allowed to order an HEV from Alberta, lease or finance, even cash? So from our dealership, we can sell out of province. It does get a little trickier with leasing and financing.
Yes,
though.
it does.
Assuming you're talking about a Carnival HEV, as of now there is no pricing, no lease rates, no finance rates on it, so we can't exactly offer you a proper quote right now. We can just kind of put you on our list for when they come in, but MG said, bro, I missed Mike, bring him back. So Mike, I mean, he works at our Hyundai store. He has a job there. Mike would film with us when Charlotte was on mat leave, so we'd have someone to film with on the Hyundai side of things. I'm sure he'll still drop by every once in a while, but
yes,
he's pretty busy at Hyundai.
He's super busy.
Yeah. Now he has to do full-time Hyundai stuff. Let's see. Patrick, I didn't answer your question just a minute ago.
Oh, someone was asking about rear occupant alert, and yes, it does. Yes, it
does have
actually
it.
starts on the EX.
Lindsay Pearl said, we want sunglass holders. Amen.
Amen. Agreed.
Let's see. I want to tease some more things that I know is coming in the 2025 Carnival, but I'm going to hold myself from doing that to make sure you guys watch the video.
It's a slow burn.
Seriously, it is so impressive. My jaw dropped when we watched the unveiling. It was
I feel
really
like next
nice.
time we go to an auto show, we should film a reaction, like do 2 cameras.
The car and us. Same thing when we were in LA and they announced that they're partnering with Amazon to deliver cars.
Yeah.
Even Pat, so the dealership owner, his jaw. Oh.
Now that's not Canada.
Yeah, no.
That's the US, but I don't know if we'll see that in Canada, but our Amazon is not as good as the US's.
Do 3 toddler car seats fit in the second row?
So it's going to, toddler. So it's going to depend probably on the car seats that you have. You can sometimes get, like, I know the Graco Slim Fit, those pretty much fit in almost everything. And it's really hard to say because it is ultimately going to come down to the car seats and also if they are able to be touching anything else. Some are, some aren't supposed to be touching anything. So that's the hard thing. I only have 1 car seat right now, so it's not really an answer, unfortunately.
Gabi, what's your favorite part about the Carnival? So I'm not really one for vans, never have been, but I like how this one, I can envision myself camping in it. I can envision myself adventuring with it. It's not van-y. And that is the best thing a van can be, to be honest.
Yeah, for sure.
In my opinion, yeah. Let's see. Tim answered to Sushi Pat as well. Perfect. Andrew said, love the Carnival from what I can see. I can't wait to purchase one. It's truly a fantastic vehicle. A lot of our Carnival owners love it, whether they have it for family needs or business needs. We've had customers for both, and
yeah, it's definitely not just parents who are buying this vehicle.
No.
It's anyone who just needs a little bit of extra space.
Let's see. Heated seats, awesome. Bulletin Blair saying wireless woohoo. Yep. Oh, I know that's a spoiler. I won't say that. Never mind. How much does this car cost to run a gallon of gas? So we don't measure in miles per gallon here in Canada, but I can say it's 10.9 liters per 100 kilometers is what it's rated for here in Canada. Of course, that will improve once we get a hybrid powertrain. Again, that's also the rated, so depending on how you like to drive, it could be better or it could be worse. Let's see.
Can you film a 2024 Sorento, please? I'm glad you asked. Can we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Eventually.
Well, we've got the exterior walk around going up tonight.
Yes.
So again, it was a pre-production model, but stay tuned to see what the redesign looks like from the exterior, and we are hopefully receiving one shortly.
Yes. From what I see, it looks like we have some that are on the way, from what I see. So we shall see. Let's see. Louis said, let's be honest, ladies, this channel would not be the same without you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And then Blair also asked, what's the most fun thing you saw at the auto show? So, it was fun, but it also freaked me out. It really gave me...
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
Oh. So Hyundai has partnered with Boston Dynamics, and essentially they build robots. They had their robot dog Spot there, so it's still remote controlled, which made me feel a little bit better, but it acted like a dog. It ran around, it jumped, it did like this little shuffle dance, and I don't know, I didn't like it.
Stuff like that is like, yeah, maybe I'm not ready for next level technology.
No. Yeah, Adele said, I saw that robo dog, freaked me out. Yeah. Let's see. Charlotte, what about you? What was your favorite part?
The gold EV9, because it's a winner, baby.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was really fun.
It was cool to know that they did that during the auto show as well, too. So they wrapped it during media day. So it didn't come already done for the auto show. It was a process that went on during the day. Let's see. Kenneth said, hi, Gabi and Charlotte. Just want to ask a question. Is it really hard to get a Kona model now? My wife and I have reserved them, but it's been a month now. We still haven't heard from the dealer yet. So depending on where you are, what dealer you're working with, and of course the trim and color of the Kona, I do know if you're looking for a higher trim and you only want one specific color, it might be a little bit harder to allocate that or get that, just because they build a lot more of certain trims and certain colors than, let's say, what you might be wanting. Another thing is, depending on where you are, I don't know what allocation's like, how many cars you're getting. Best to check in with your dealer. Hopefully they gave you some sort of timeline when you ordered the vehicle. But if it's not in stock at the dealership, it could be a few months. Okay. So Martha's saying, are my messages not popping up? Let's see. Oh, earlier on he asked if the 2025 Tucson was there at the auto show, and the answer is no.
No. 2024 Tucson.
No, yeah.
What am I doing? Where am I right now? There was one that was asking, okay, Carnival over EV9. I'm debating my next family vehicle. So I feel like that's going to be difficult. If you are strictly talking about space, it's still going to be difficult. But of course, you're comparing something that is gasoline or hybrid, depending on which year, with something that is purely EV. So it's going to depend on what you're using it for. If you're doing a lot of, in-town driving, also, yeah, there's a pretty big price discrepancy there too. So that is difficult. I personally, when we get an EV9, am looking forward to trying it out as a kid hauler and seeing how it fits and putting it head to head with a couple other vehicles. So I don't know. Stay tuned, I guess, to hear thoughts.
For me, I don't know, if it's a more adventure car for me, something that you're going to be doing a lot of long hauls with, I would prefer gas just because I don't really like having to think about where I'm going to stop. But if your driving's more predictable, maybe go for the EV9. And also if your budget's a little bit greater, because the EV9 it's a pretty expensive machine.
But it's very impressive too.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. Is this car smaller than the previous generation? So this is the first
body style.
First body style for the Carnival. In the past, it was called the Sedona, and yes, it definitely got a bit bigger. Also, tech and styling changed drastically. The Sedona certainly looked like a van, and it has more of an SUV look. If you're talking about the next model year, so 2025, size will not really be different. It's just going to be a refresh of the features and the design. Okay, it's almost, it is 2:30, so we should probably end off today's live streamed video. Anything you want to end off with, Char?
I don't think so. All right. Oh, Paul Williams. Paul, thank you so much.
Oh, dang.
He sent us a super chat. Thank you so much, Paul. We appreciate it.
Paul, you've done it again.
You've done it again.
Seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you again, Paul, for all your support on this channel. It really means a lot to us. If any of our viewers today are watching and you did win on our giveaway for our jackets, we finally have our Hyundai ones. So they will be mailed out tomorrow. We do have some local, so I will be reaching out to our local people and see if we can schedule a time to drop them off for you. And other than that,
we will see you tomorrow with a Hyundai.
See ya. And
Bye.
Don't forget to watch tomorrow's 6 p.m. video as well.
And tonight's 6 p.m. video.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, it's this way now.